Yes, welcome, respected Sadhaka friends. Gratitudes to you and congratulations to you and submissions to you that this great work of studying Shastras be not given up for any reason because Shastra Adhyana eva hetuhu to keep us reminded of the Utkrishta Lakshya. Lokasevaka Adi Vyaktitwas we have to strengthen by having all knowledge through the study of these Shastras. Never to forget to invoke the Krupa Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha Devata Gana Guru Gana Shastra Gana and also take help, guidance, inspiration from the co-sadhakas around nothing wrong. Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana is the Grantha under study. Third Utpathi Prakaranam we are doing. Seventh Sarga Jagadadi Drushya Dushyadi Asatta Pratigna. The entire Jagadadi Drushya is actually ultimately should not be there, is not there. Realizing it through all Shastra Shravana, Yukti, Upamana, and then through Dhyana. Realizing self, finding there is nothing other than the self as Drushya is the Hetu for the Moksha. There is no other way. This is Vishayas. Vaashishtha ji is telling Rama and to all of us also very pure Adhyatmika Jnana. पालिया तो पालिया हो गया पार कर लिए कोशिश करना हमारा कर्तव्य दिन आवर प्रातः स्मरणम थर्ड मंत्र प्रातः नमामि तमसः परम अर्कवर्णम that we will see and then one topic of Sankshipta Skanda Purana we do the Parayana. So let's spend this around quarter to 2 hours or 2 hours. Start. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryamkaravavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Om Yairime Guruvi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakyataha Sarva Vedantaha Yogaha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane Tasmai Shri Gurave Vasishta Munaye Nityam Namaskurmahe Vishwamitra Munim Sharanyamanagham Bhuyo Namasyamyaham Tasmai Valmikaye Shri Gurutama Gurave Bhuri Bhavairnatasmah पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परं ब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास सन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम् तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम् सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शान्ति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्तमन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापनोपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः सम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देशधर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र ब्रह्मणे नमः। योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम पारायण श्लोकाः। ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतं नित्यम्। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्माद् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभो यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम दृश्यादि असत्ता निरूपण प्रतिज्ञा नाम दृश्य असत्ता जगदादि दृश्य असत्ता प्रतिज्ञा नाम सप्तम सर्गः। Friends, we are seeing this topic of कहते हैं I am seeing from Vaashishtha's teachings of 16th mantra onwards. He says, Jiva eva hi samsarah chetana dukkha santatihi अस्मिन् ज्ञाते न विज्ञातं किंचिद भवति कुत्रचित् ज्ञायते परमात्मा चेत् राम दुःखस्य सन्ततिः क्षयमेति विशावेश शांता विव विशोचिका। Little Gambhira Mukhya Shlokas from the Jnana Sadhana Drushti Avagahana Drushti ki Jiva eva hi samsara. Being a Jiva itself is samsara. And what is the main qualification or quality characteristics of the Jiva? Chetana. Being knowing the world through the upadhis. That Chetana itself is a dukkha santati. Knowing itself is a headache. Karana of all the dukkha. Because there is nothing to know, nothing to do, nothing to achieve. Only the Brahman is there, just be in that. That is why the people are very lazy regarding wanting to know, wanting to do, wanting to achieve. Because inherently we are the reality, which has nothing to know, nothing to do, nothing to gain. But that is expressed as tamoguna, etc., not encourageable. So, who is samsara? What is jiva? And what is dukkha santati? Chetana. Then you see, asmin jnate, when the jiva is understood or known or identified with or accepted as, or we live life as a jiva, na vijnatam kinchit bhavati kutrajit. Kinchit means the reality, by no means, by no other way. This mm, the reality is known when we know the jiva bhava and get hooked onto it, identified with it. अस्मिन् ज्ञाते किंचित न विज्ञातम भवति कुत्रचित. Two things are: knowing jiva is only giver of dukkha. Knowing jiva means being jiva, feeling that I am jiva. है ना? It always gives dukkha. And then kinchit vijnatam na bhavati means what? If you are identified with the jiva bhava and live with the upadhis in the outer world, you will not even tend towards the reality. To even have an inclination also. That's the meaning of न किंचित अभी कुत्रचित विज्ञात. थोड़ा भी परमात्मा के बारे में जानने की इच्छा भी नहीं होती. वहां से शुरू करके ultimately, even you try to know the Paramatma, realizing Paramatma, the final step, will not happen when I accept myself to be the Jiva. That is the meaning of Asmin Jnate Navijnatam Kinchit Bhavati Kutrachit. When this Jiva is known, is equal to identified, is equal to lived as the Jiva, the reality is not even an iota also known by any means. So that means what? The Jiva Bhava we have to slowly start rejecting. If you only live as Jiva, don't say. Nobody says I am Jiva. Nobody says I am knower. Nobody says I am Dehi. But we are living life like that one. That's why that maximum human strata are not interested only about the reality. Even information also they don't want. Asmin jnate na vijnatam kinchin bhavati kutrachit. On the contrary, jnayate paramatma chet. If the chinmatra rupa shuddha parama atma, if it is realized, identified with it. Here jnayate means siddhanta rupena understood, sadhana done, and we are identified with that. That's the meaning of paramatma jnayate chet. Hey Rama, dukkhasya santiti kshayamet. The entire santati, flow of, continuation of, arrival of one after the other. What? Dukkha. Dukkhasya santati kshayamet. Totally gets destroyed. Visha avesha shantau vishochika. When the infection goes away, infection causing enzymes or whatever they go away, there's no more vishochika, the disease. In that way. So see the Gambhira Vishaya Spashta Rupena told without any compromise. Realize the self, dukkasya antaha. No identifying the Jiva Bhava, no Vijnanama Paramatma, and as a Jiva, nothing to say. We all know that's only suffering. All limitations of the Upadhis, all that is happening to the Upadhis. Krishna Vasudeva. Having heard this now, Sri Rama's Uttama Prashna Adbhuta Uttara by Vasishtha ji also. What is it? Let us see. Sri Rama Uvacha Rupam Kathaya me Brahman Yatavat Paramatmanaha Yasmin Drishte Mano Mohan Samagran Samtarishyati. Again, Sri Rama Uvacha Rupam Kathaya me Brahman Yatavat Paramatmanaha Yasmin Drishte Mano Mohan Samagran Samtarishyati. Hey Brahman, Ramji is addressing Vasishtha as Brahman. Ki Rupam Kathaya me. Tell me the form of what? Yathavat Paramatmana. Paramatma's Rupa or Swarupa or about Paramatma. Give me the Jnanam. Tell me about Paramatma. Which Rupa? Rupa not necessarily Lal Ranga, Pila Rang, the nature of Paramatma. Paramatma Rupa or Swarupa. Kathaya. Yasmin Drashte. When that Paramatma is seen, known, realized. Manomoha, mana, and its delusion of drashta, drushya, both of them, samagran, samtarishyati, anybody will cross. So Brahman realized No mind, no mind projected drashta drushya, no more samsara dukkha. That Brahman, what रूपा he is, please tell. नो आस्क करने वाले फर्स्ट इतना आराम से पूछ लेते हैं एज इफ उनका हक है. बट गुरु लोग भी ना, दे pardon them, they forgive them, they listen to that question and they struggle so much to explain that inexplicable, to define that indefinable, to try to show which cannot be seen, isn't it? To make us understand which is beyond intellectual understanding. मजा ना बहुत कठिन है गुरुओं को समझाना. तो रूपयम कथे में ब्रह्मन परमात्मन यथावत यस्मिन् दृष्टे, जिनको जानने से मनोमोहान समग्रान संतरिष्यति. All the mind in its delusion of projection of everything is transcended. This is what we are seeing in our morning classes also. Because of the not knowing of Brahman called as ignorance, that the mind and its projections come into function, creating all havoc. The Brahman is known. No avidya, no avidya kritamana, no manakalpita, drashta, drushya. No drashta getting bound in the drushya. Sri Vasishtha Uvacha. Narayana, Vasishtha starts answering this sublime question. What is it? Deshat deshantaram duram praptaya samvidah vapoho निमिषेणैव यन्मध्ये तद्रूपं परमात्मनः. है ना? डायरेक्टली यू कांट शो द रूप ऑफ परमात्मा, इंडिकेट करना होता है. एन इंटेलिजेंट लिसनर स्टूडेंट holding on to the indicator, directing his attention towards the indicated, reaches the indicator. Vichitra, where our SDG started saying, he says, Tad Rupam Paramatmana, that Paramatmana Rupam, that is called Paramatma. That's the nature of Paramatma. That is what is the understanding about Paramatma. What is that? Deshat Deshantaram Duram Praptayaha Samvidaha Vapuhu Nimishenaiva Yanmadhye. Yet Nimishena Madhye, that which is in a fraction of moment only, goes from one place to the other. That Samvida, that is the Samvidaha Vapuhu, that is called as Paramatma. And a little bit tough, that's why we explained yesterday exhaustively. And taking the help of the Ishavasya Upanishad also. Tadejati, Tannaijati, Tadure, Tadavantike. Or Manas Anejat Ekam Manaso Jaiviyaha. Nainat Deva Apnuvan Urvamarshat Tadhavataha Anyanateti Tishtat. तस्मिन् अपो मातरिश्वा दधाति. भाष्य से पढ़ो तो गंभीर बढ़िया. So what is the literal meaning? It is that which goes in a moments of time from one place to the other. That samvid is called Paramatma. है ना? So we explained yesterday, though the देश की बात यहाँ कहा है, not only is desha but kala, vastu, paristhiti. In all these four things, with minimum time, if at all something travels, is our own Chaitanya. That Chaitanya Paramatma is Paramatma. Then the actual understanding is, in the Chaitanya Paramatma only, all Desha, all Kala, all Vastu, all Paristhithis are projected by the mind, which is a projection of the Avidya or product of the Avidya. Avidya जब भी कहते हैं, आत्मनः अविद्या, not knowing the self. It means what? That pure consciousness, which is at all places, in all time, at all times, in all objects, in all situations. That is called Paramatma. Like yesterday also Rama asked, the other day also we saw in another text. Rama says also, बच्चे भी जानना चाहिए अगर ऐसा सर्वव्यापी परमात्मा है. The attention is on that projected things so much. One reason. Second is the self is very, very subtle. Third is how can you see the self as not self? That's the difficulty in knowing the self. So, when one consciously transcends Desha Kala Vastu Paristhiti, then what remains is that only. हम उलझ गए हैं देश काला वस्तुओं में, इसलिए उनका अधिष्ठान परमात्मा. Neither we are able to intellectually understand, nor we are able to do sadhana to realize it. Okay. Now, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slokas, Tadrupam Paramatmana continues. One already said. That which Deshantaram, Kalat Kalantaram, from one was to the other, one paristhiti to the other, which reaches in a moment's notice. Actually, this is a way of explaining. Actual thing is, it doesn't reach, it is already there. In that Paramatma only, the whole Desha Kala Vastu are projected. Hmm. Desha Kala Vastu are projected. And then this Desha Kala, in a very high contemplative discussions with the highly evolved gurus, discussion means learning from them, will be of totally mind-blowing knowledge. You know, what is Kala actually? What is the unit of Kala? छोटा है कि बड़ा है? छोटा, what do you mean by देश? किसको कहते हैं देश? छोटा है कि बड़ा है? बड़ा भी है, छोटा भी है. छोटा है कि बड़ा के? कितना बड़ा है अगर बड़ा है? जितना छोटा है तो छोटा है तो. So these are all difficult discussions. Not now. Sometime when our intellects mature, we will be given that chance by the Lord to know. कालस्य ज्ञानम देशस्य ज्ञानम इस बहुत सूक्ष्म है, नहीं आता समझ में तुरंत, वरी भी नहीं करे. हाँ, परमात्मा का तद रूपम परमात्मनः, दैट इज परमात्मा रूप और नेचर. Like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shlokas. One we have seen. Let us do the next. Shloka number 20. ये भगवान वशिष्ठ कहते हैं अत्यंता भाव एवास्ति संसारस्य यथा स्थितेः यस्मिन् बोधमहां बोधौ तद्रूपं परमात्मनः. महाबोधो की महाबोधो. महाबोधो. See, listen carefully. Yasmin, in that bodha, pure consciousness, maham bodha, which is like the huge ocean. In the ocean of consciousness, yasmin, samsarasya, of the samsara, atyanta abhava eva asti. The total absence of the samsara of the jiva jagateshwara. Tad rupam paramatmana. Here, Paramatma, Rupa is indicated and Sadhana also is indicated. Both are one only. What is Rupa Paramatma? Pure Bodha Maham Bodhi is an infinite ocean of consciousness. This is a Paramatma's Rupa. But are we seeing that? No. What are we seeing? We are seeing samsara of entire Rupa Nama, Samashti, Vyashti, etc. Okay. Therefore, in that pure Bodha Maham Bodhi, samsara is not at all there. This is the nature or Rupa Paramatma. The sadhana kya hai? Rejecting that entire samsara itself is the sadhana to reach to that Bodha Maham Bodhi. Ambodhi means ocean. Maha means big. Bodha means consciousness. The nature of Paramatma is the ocean of consciousness in which the extreme total absence of samsara. This is sadhana also. This is the original position of the Paramatma also. Paramatma is Leshamatra api samsara rahita bodha mahambudhi. Is a pure infinite ocean of consciousness on whom the samsara of Rupanama is not even trace also there. A little also is not. तो यस्मिन् अत्यंत अभाव एव अस्ति संसारस्य यथा स्थितेः. जिस संसार को हम देखते हैं उसका अत्यंत अभाव. यस्मिन् बोध महाबोधो. In that ocean of consciousness. Tat Paramatmana Rupam. Tad Rupam Paramatma. Therefore, if you want to have the Paramatma Darshana Anubhuti, the Samsara Maha Ambodhi we have to transcend. Being in Samsara's perception, you know, one cannot have the substratum's experience. You know, as long as we are overpowered by our delusory vision of the snake, we will not be able to apprehend the rope. Even though rope apprehension eliminates the snake delusion. That is later part. But the first part is what? We have to, on the strength of the Guru's words, the snake is unreal, we have to accept. Then devalue it. Then inquire. That only where you are seeing the snake, you will see that there is only a rope. In the same way, samsara is asatya. The samsara is mithya. We have to understand, accept, keep it away. Then only with that free, fresh mind, we can inquire into and reach out to that Mahabodha Rupa Paramatma, Tadrupam Paramatmana. So, Yasmin Bodha Maham Bodhau Yathastitehe Samsarasya Atyanta Abhavaha Tad Rupam Paramatmana. हाँ वो है परमात्मा का रूप. तो समुद्र ocean नामक conscious ocean is Paramatma. The entire waves etc. are the Jagat. When those all go away, the pure infinite conscious ocean we can experience as ourselves. In the same way, the next कितने मंत्र है? No. 5 more mantras talk the same thing. Let us see one by one. Next, drashtru drushya kramo yatra sthitopyastamayam gataha yad anakasham akasham tadrupam paramatmanah. Drashtru drushya kramaha. The continuous sets that are going on happening of drashta drushya, which is called experience. दृष्टा दृश्य का दर्शन करता है, उसको अनुभूति कहते हैं. So, drashtu drushya kramaha yatra, in that pure consciousness, sthitaha api astamayam gataha. Sthitaha api projected. Astamayam gataha, really it is not there. The other way around is more clear. Astamayam gataha, though never is there, sthitaha api, still it appears. What? Drashtu drushya kramaha. The seer and seen, though never existing, appear on some substratum. That's called Paramatma Sarupa. Drashtu drushya krama yatra stitaha api astamayangataha. Even though not there, yatra stitaha is projected or seen. Tat Paramatmana Rupa. One. Second one is yat anakasham akashakam. Which is anakasham means you can't compare it with an akash. It's more subtler than akash. But all the akasha lakshanas are correctly matching with Paramatma. Therefore, akasha se Paramatma ka comparison. Secondly, from the Chidakasha only Chittakasha. From Chittakasha only the Bhutakasha. In the Bhutakasha only all the Bhutas, the names and forms, appearing in their own absence. Contradicting sentence. They are existing in their own absence and they are appearing in their own absence. नॉट देयर बट फिर भी है। विचित्र सेंटेंस है ये। तो यद आकाशम यद अनाकाशम आकाशकम, यू कांट कॉल इट एन आकाश आल्सो, बट आकाशकम, like the akash is infinite, like the akash is sukshma, like the akash is support of all the four elements, yet it's not touched by them. And akash is niravayava, janma rahita, marana rahita, and a khandana mandana you cannot do of the akasha. Niravayavatvat akhandam, akhandatvat ekam, ekatvat advitiyam, advitiyatvat anantam, anantatvat ajam, aram, amaram. See that one you start, the whole sequence of thoughts come. All of them are applicable to Akash also. More Sukshma to the Akash and substratum to the substratum of the Akasha. वो है परमात्मा का रूप. So drashtu drushya kramo yatra sthitapi astamayangataha. Both ways. Not there but still appearing. Appearing but still not there. What? Drashtu drushya krama. In what conscious substratum? That is Paramatma Swarupam. And also Anakasham Akashakam. वेरी ना अब्स्ट्रैक्ट लग रहे हैं ना, वेदांत ऐसा ही होता है, फिर हिम्मत हौसला होना होता है सुन समझने को. नेक्स्ट वन, अशून्यम इव यत् शून्यम. इट इज शून्य. परमात्मा तत्व इज शून्य, मीन्स पूर्ण, फ्री फ्रॉम एनी रूप नाम, बट ऐसा दिखता ही नहीं है. अशून्यम ओनली. अशून्य मीन्स नॉट एम्प्टी. वन और अदर फॉर्म्स एंड कलर्स ओनली, और दी शब्द स्पर्श ओनली आर परसीव्ड बाय अस ऑल द टाइम. ये सब है ही नहीं उसमें. Yet it is bharava with all these things. It appears. Ashunyamiva yat shunyam. Then yasmin shunyam jagat sthitam. In which the empty, baseless jagat is standing. इतना तो पकड़ लो. Some words are abstract. Right now we may not grasp them. Never mind. But whatever graspable, उसको तो पकड़ सकते हैं ना. ये है वो कि यस्मिन शून्यम जगत स्थितम. In that pure consciousness परमात्मा शून्य होते हुए भी जगत स्थितम दिखता है. Whenever you say that शून्य means has none of its own independent existence. Jagat means रूपनाम. रूपनाम never have any पदार्थ in that. ही चित्र है ना वो. तो पदार्थ है मिट्टी, घड़ा है रूप और नाम. विदाउट मिट्टी इंडिपेंडेंटली न घड़ा नाम घड़ा रूप किधर है बताओ. रूप तो है ही नहीं है. रूप नहीं होता तो नाम नहीं होता. This is a good thought. Yasmin shunyam jagat sthitam. The empty world is solidly, substantially standing in that substratum. Same way, sarga oge sati. Even though Srishti, Sthiti, Laya is relentlessly happening, eternally, yet from its own standpoint, yet shunyam, there is bereft of, devoid of this sarga, sthiti, pralaya. Sarga ओके सती यत शून्यम. स्वर्ग ओग चल ही रहा है, फिर भी उसमें ये सब नहीं है. तद्रूपम परमात्मा. लाइक द कंटिन्यूअस cinemas are going on happening on one screen, and in each of the cinemas so many sceneries are going on, yet is not the screen by itself shunyam, free of all these things. तद्रूपम परमात्मा. तद परमात्मनः रूपम. Again I will see it. Drashtu drushya kramaha yatra sthitah api astamayam gatah. The drashta drushya, both duality, are never there but seen. Anakasham, you can't compare it to the akasha because subtle than akasha. Yet akasha lakshanas are so many of them are seen in Paramatma. That's why it's called as anakash hote hui akash. Tadrupam Paramatma. One. Second is ashunyamiva yat shunya. It is shunya, free of everything, but never appears that it is filled with ananta koti brahmandas. अशून्य मतलब कुछ ना कुछ है. शून्य मीन्स कुछ नहीं. शून्य है वो. इट इज प्योर बाय इटसेल्फ, बट इन दैट एवर बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स ओन माया सो मेनी थिंग्स आर प्रोजेक्टेड. और कभी भी शून्य नहीं दिखता. अशून्य की तरह ही दिखता है. तो है शून्य. अशून्य विवेद शून्य. देन यस्मिन शून्यम जगत स्थितम, इन विच द एम्प्टी जगत which has it has no its own satta that is stationed there. And Jagat is Rupanama. The next one, Sarga okay sati. So sthit laya, like a pravaha it's going on, yet in that pure Paramatma, they are never happening. Tad Rupam Paramatma. देखो कितना बढ़िया सूक्ष्म मिस्टिकल है कि नहीं लैंग्वेज. दैट्स योग वासिष्ठ. वी आर स्टडीइंग इट. है ना. रियली कंग्रेचुलेशंस टू दोस हु आर रेगुलर एंड पुटिंग देयर एफर्ट. अब सुनो, है ना, जैसे बाकी ग्रंथ सुनते हैं इसको भी सुन लो. तो आएगा, आज नहीं तो कल बात समझ में. तो some people give up such subject very tough. Others say अरे यार tough है जरूर, but it is something substantial here to understand it. Whatever the sacrifices, efforts I have to do, I will do. That way, those who get committed, then they pursue it and reach out. Okay. Next one. Yanmaha chinmayamapi bruhat sthitam jadam va jadamevantaha tadrupam paramatmanaha yat maha chinmayamapi. It is though infinite pure consciousness. फिर भी बृहत पाषाणवत स्थितम. It is like a big stone or boulder staying there. Pure consciousness होते हुए भी here पाषाणत्व in the चेतना is immobility. है ना, like the पाषाणमपि sorry चिन्मात्रमपि पाषाणवत्. The पाषाण, the stone never moves. You know, though is pure consciousness, but is so infinitely pervading, there's nowhere, no thing, no object, it is not there. Therefore, it is solid mass. The solid massness is comparatively said here as Pashan. And its original form is Chidrupamapi, Chinmayamapi. And Mahachinmayamapi. Brhat Pashanavat Sthita. Pashanavat means stable, unchanging, unmovable. So that solid mass of consciousness, that way you can use the words, join the words and try to make an idea. So, Maha Yat Maha Chinmayamapi Bhurat Pashanavad Sthitam. The next one is Jadam Va Ajadam Eva Antaha Tadrupam Paramatmanaha. It is Ajadam Chaitanya only. And again, so much of Jadata is superimposed on that. Right? Jadam Va Ajadam Eva Antaha Tadrupam Paramatmanaha. Another way of saying is that Jadam means unmovable and Ajadam means mobile. See the two pictures. Chinmaya, Maha Chinmaya hai. फिर भी बृहत पाषाण. So one picture is the infinite consciousness, but that infinite consciousness is without any gaps in between it. Therefore, to express that gaplessness, solid massness of the consciousness, महाचिन्मयमपि यत् बृहत् पाषाण का कंपैरिजन दिया. बृहत् पाषाण comparison to बृहत् चिन्मयत्व is the solidness of that reality. Now, Jadam va Jadam, it is Jadam but still Ajadam. Jada again is non-changeable, immobile. That is the meaning. But Ajadam, in that only, the continuously changing, everything is projected. That way, we have to catch both the thoughts. Jadam va Ajadam eva antaha tad rupam paramatmanaha. That is Paramatma's rupa. Okay, now we have two more shlokas. Sabāhyābhyantaram yena sarvam samprapya sangamam sarupa sattam apnoti tadrupam paramatmanaha. So, yena, that Lord by whom sabāhyābhyantaram sarvam samprapya sangamam. Everything limited you see. Within itself and outside it, this Paramatma only permeating. Having the Paramatma permeating it, each of the thing is Swarupa Sattama Apnoti. This is one meaning. Every one of them have their own Swarupa and Satta because of the Paramatma permeating in them. One meaning. Second is what? Paramatma permeating every one of them. He is always in his own Swarupa, Satta, Rupa. He is not getting entangled by whatever he is permeating, mainly called as Rupa or Nama. That we also can see. So bahyabhyantaram yena sarvam samprapya sangamam swarupa sattam आपनोति तद रूपम परमात्मा. परमात्मा भीतर बाहर रहने के कारण ही हर एक चीज का अपना स्वरूप का सत्ता है, और परमात्मा सबके भीतर बात होते हुए भी अपने स्वरूप सत्ता में ही है वो, किसी रूप नाम से स्पर्शित नहीं. So if you take an object, inside object as the satta and chit of that object, Paramatma is there. Outside the object, in whatever the space it is standing, in that space, the form of that space, Paramatma alone is there. So that particular vastu is existing outside, supported by Paramatma as a supporter in whatever the way. Inside again, Paramatma only is there as an adhishtanam for it. Therefore, it is being supported or sustaining. Second, one meaning. Second is what? This Paramatma himself allowing the thing to manifest on him, project on him, yet he is not compromising with his own Swarupa Satta Sthiti, Chit Sat Sthiti. It is not for itself taking the Rupa and Nama of the things which are projected on it. So the mud is not taking the Rupa Nama of the pot onto itself. Mud is remaining as mud. Second is what? This mud is there inside the pot everywhere. And that's why pot is able to sustain. And the outside also, this support. And for the Rupa and Nama of the pot, outside also the mud alone is there only in the pot. अंदर में pot का mud ही है, बाहर भी वही. तो बाहर अंदर सबका सपोर्ट करता हुआ परमात्मा है. फिर ऐसा होते हुए भी वो उनका रूप नाम को नहीं लेते. Now the last one, very good examples. प्रकाशस्य यथा लोकः शून्यत्वं नभस्सो यथा तथा इदं संस्थितं यत्र तद्रूपं परमात्मनः. प्रकाशस्य आलोकः. Okay, शून्यत्वं नभसो यथा. Like the emptiness of the akasha, like the light of the ice or luminous things. Mm. So, prakashasya aloka means the illuminating things, luminosity. Like सूर्य का प्रकाश, चंद्र का प्रकाश, नक्षत्र का प्रकाश, लाइटनिंग का प्रकाश, अग्नि का प्रकाश. प्रकाशस्य यथा आलोक. Prakash of those prakashamaya vastus. Shunyatvam navasho yata, like the emptiness of this space. Tatha, in the same way, idam means the entire Upanama Jagata, samstitam yatra, samyak stitam, supported in what substratum? तद रूपम परमात्मा. वही परमात्मा के बारे में ऐसा ही बताया जा सकता. It is not any shabda svar surprasagandha to be perceived by indriyas and then mentioned or named or explained. नहीं होता हो. वो का परमात्मा ऐसा होने के कारण ही ऐसा बता रहे, not to make the thing complicated or make it difficult for us or make us confused. No, no. Please understand how much it is becoming difficult for us to understand. So much it is difficult for the Guru also to tell about that which can't be told, which can be experienced. तुम ही है, हम ही है वो बात, but फिर भी वो पल्ला नहीं पड़ता. Simple reason is the instruments with which we want to understand them, they are not authentic or authorized for that. And as much it becomes difficult to comprehend, understand Paramatma through the faculties, so much it becomes easier and obvious to experience when these so-called instruments are transcended. Because it is so near to us. It is me only. सिंपल कॉमन सेंस थॉट में बोले तो सारे उपाधियां आत्मा के बिना अनात्माओं को जानने के लिए है. आत्मा को जानना है तो उपाधियों को छोड़ना है, पार करना है, बस. जो उपाधियां पार होते हैं, व्हाट रिमेन्स इज परमात्मा. दैट वे इट इज राइट. नो श्री राम वाच. Ramji says, Sadrupam Paramatmeti Katham Namahi Buddhyate Yatosya Jagannamanaha दृश्यस्या संभवम कथम. बहुत सुंदर प्रश्न और गंभीर आंसर. सद्रूपम परमात्मा इति कथम नाम हिम बुध्यते. अरे परमात्मा is sadrupa. Some word you are saying, but how to understand it looks to be very abstract. परमात्मा स्वरूप है सद्रूप. कथम बुध्यते, अरे कैसे समझे उसको. The idea is what? You can't समझो the सत्य ना, you can be the सत्य. है ना. अर्जुन और राम wants to बुध्यते, how to know it, how to understand it, how to grasp it, how to conceptualize it. और वो इन सब में आता है परमात्मा. So Sat Rupam Paramatma iti you told. But कथम नाम ही बुध्यते, but how to understand. वो दिखता नहीं यार, दिखने वाला नहीं यार. वो सुनाई नहीं देता, वो आंख में पकड़ में नहीं आता हाथ से. Now one question is Paramatmana Sadrupam. How to understand it? Second question, Yataha Asya Jagat Namnaha Drusyasya. Of this Jagat, which is Drushya and experienced by me as Idam. दृश्य रूपी इदं जगत. Of this asambhavam katham, asambhava katham, how to go beyond that, how to make it asambhava, how to make it disappear. है ना. Good question, no. As long as jagat is there, we are bound. As long as we don't realize the self, we are bound. When the self is realized, no more bandhanam. When the jagat is transcended, no more bandhanam. Understood? But how? स्वरूपं परमात्मा इति कथम नाम ही बुध्यते यतः अस्य जगत नामना दृश्यस्य असंभव कथम. हाउ टू ट्रांसेंड दिस जगत, हाउ टू गो बियॉन्ड इट, हाउ टू से दैट इट इज नेवर एग्जिस्टिंग. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ द चैप्टर, है ना. दृश्य जगत आदि दृश्य असत्ता प्रतिज्ञा, है ना. वही तो टॉपिक. इन द नेक्स्ट फ्यू श्लोकास श्री वशिष्ठ जी आंसर्स दैट क्वेश्चन. One more question Rama asks. Next level Vasishtha takes. In that way, the question answer के साथ data is given to us. And we have to have patience and subtlety to pause at every level and try to grasp it. Right, friends? This much exercise is enough. Very heavy subject it is, na? इतना काफी. कल देखते. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदम पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Right? Thank you. Join for Adi Shankara's Pratha Smaranam, third shloka will see.